What's going on, Libra? And welcome to my channel, Alchemist. Justin here, and I hope you're having a fantastic week so far. So for those of you who are returning, welcome back, Soul Tribe. I appreciate your subscriptions, your likes, and shares. Your support really is just amazing, Libra. It was like, that was like somewhere between incredible and amazing, Libra. Look at you. And it keeps us growing. And for those of you who are new, welcome. I'm happy Higher Self has brought you here. We are in for an amazing journey. And let me tell you why, Libra, because it's your general energy weekly spread. I'm still working on the melody, Libra. It's fine. Nature, my problem. But also, for those of you returning, definitely in a different space here. I'm on a little adventure here. I'm in the middle of a move, and this is like my halfway points here. So probably by the time I get to your next video, I think I'll be in my new space. So that'll be dope. Just a little insider there, Libra. But let's get back to you. Because with this weekly spread, whenever you happen to come across this video, Libra, there may be some messages in here for you. And just so you're all aware, this is a general reading, not a one-to-one. So take what resonates with you, leave the rest with me, and never force a reading on a situation, okay? So with all that being said, let's jump into it. Your space has been cleansed. Gems, feeling lovely. Just great energy all around here, Libra. So I'm going to be pulling a few cards from this Oracle deck here, and then I'll get some tarot to get some details on the story. But before we jump into this thing, these readings that I do, they're not gender-specific readings, so apply these energies to people as they make sense for your situations, okay? And in case if you are curious, the decks that I'm working with, I've included links for them down in the description box below, so definitely check that out if you're interested there, Libra. Ooh, all right, Libra, bringing in the storm, because you got the 5th card of Scorpios here, which is the Thunderstorm card. And with this card, this is a card of power, destruction, trouble, electric display, a warning, out of control, energy shift, conflict, triumph over evil, fierce, booming, conflict, and opportunity to overcome. And so, Libra, I feel like with this energy, because this definitely is, you know, when we get in Scorpio territory, this definitely gives me very kind of like a, we won't call it a full-on tower. I feel like it's like a medium tower. And if things have been feeling out of control as of late, you know, or if we've noticed that there's been like an energy shift or things along those lines, I find if things have been so, you know, if the world has gotten just really chaotic right now, I feel like that's a great opportunity for you to just pause for a second and really just kind of figure like what is going good, what is, or not even what is going down, but why is this happening? You know, this is an opportunity. Any sort of adversity, we can turn that to our advantage. It's just finding the opportunity in that. And sometimes, Libra, you know, if we get swept up in the storm in the chaos and things, it can keep us, it can keep to where that problem is just perpetuated, you know what I mean? And you being an air sign, you know, your thoughts are powerful. And if we think that we're just, if this is like, you know, we just kind of get settled in, like, oh, you get caught up in the doom and gloom and things, you want to be very careful about that, because you are too, Libra. When you think about energetically what's getting ready to go down here, you know, we are getting into a time where we already got a taste of Pluto and Aquarius, but depending on where your Libra placements are at, these next couple, probably next 20 years are going to be a very transformative one, you know, where, because when Pluto gets back into Aquarius, it's going to be forming a trine with your sign. And where trines can be very fortunate energy, they may present themselves in the form of thunderstorms. I mean, just for example, I just had a weird kind of Pluto transit not too long ago where, and I mean, it's just getting started. And it's forming a trine with my Gemini placement, and that was some weirdness that went down. It came in the form of a thunderstorm, absolutely, but there was, I mean, the growth, I mean, the what I found in that really was almost kind of groundbreaking there, Libra. And it may come across to you like that, but it is focusing where, yes, things can feel destructive right now, but it's just like if we focus on what growth is coming from that, you'll be able to power through any storm that comes through your way. And that's what makes the energy so easy. You know, it's like maybe the process wasn't so great, but understanding why it happens, you know, when we really kind of get centered and focus on that, they can definitely, you know, it's there's something cathartic about that. You know, it gives you this sense of just renewal and rebirth. But I'm also feeling with this, you know, just because Scorpio energy is very intuitive, you know, if you've been noticing some kind of warnings, and not, you know, not that I feel like you're in any kind of danger, but it's more so like if you've been noticing signs like maybe we don't like where our workspace is at, for example, or maybe we're noticing some things in our like relationships possibly, or, you know, maybe even in like in our living situation, maybe it was like maybe things have been feeling a little weird, or we've been ready to change things up. There's been a storm a brewing. Pay attention to those signs, Libra, and see what we can do to get, you know, just if that's been that energy's been on your head, or you've been noticing that there's been like something internally that's been wanting to change. Let's get eyes on that conflict and figure out where your higher self is trying to lead you through this storm, so that we can get to the eye of this thing and get back to some calm. But let's get some tarot on this and get some details. Ha! There's that opportunity. I love it, Libra. And you will too. Oh, which one? This one? All right, hold on, Libra. Okay. You got the Ace of Pentacles here. Oh, Libra, come on. You're going to freaking love this. Because you got the Ace of Pentacles here, and then we got the Wheel of Fortune. So, and listen, Libra, because I get it. When we're in, let's say if we've been in some kind of weird situation here as of late, it can be hard to find what abundance, what lesson is meant to be going down during this cycle. But the Wheel of Fortune, Jupiter, it's because and listen, this may not be, or may not sound like the most pleasing, like, or most ideal sort of like, how do I want to put this, like thing to get out of a situation in a, what I'm trying to spit out at you, Libra. Sometimes I feel like abundance in these opportunities and things, like these tower moments, these thunderstorms, the growth and the abundance that it can come in is the lessons, you know, whether this be in like a relationship, maybe we learn discernment, you know, we spot red flags a lot faster, or with this is work, you know, this is like, okay, we recognize things of like with the toxic environment, or we notice like this maybe isn't the thing that we wanted to do. Maybe we were just thinking about pentacles or thinking about security, but we weren't thinking about there were some other things that kind of factor in that as well. You know, it's all these situations, these challenges and things, they are meant to help you grow and to help you realize that no matter what point of a cycle that you're in, even in the most, where it might feel like the most lowest, the most destructive, that at the other end of this, there is Ace of Pentacles. You came out mad abundant. It's the mindset is going to be another thing that's going to be a huge factor in this, because again, if we focus on just the negative aspects of things, then that's just what's going to keep attracting Libra. It's going to eventually get to this place where we feel stuck in a cycle. And this energy is trying to get you to move forward, get to keep this wheel turning. See that, you know, we might have to do some tricky, you know, do some, you know, creative maneuvers to get through the storm, but it's training you to become the eye, you know, the eye of the storm. That even when, in this thing, you know, that's where that spiritual enlightenment comes, I feel like, with the Jupiter energy, because Jupiter deals with expansion and higher learning and abundance and all of that. But when we become the eye of the storm, Libra, whenever this stuff happens and we can maintain that calm, it gets to a point where eventually these thunderstorms and things stop happening to you. And then if anything, you know, you're going out and looking for them. You're creating change. You know what I mean? So I hope that makes sense. All right. Let's get a little bit more on this, Libra. Oh. Libra, come on. Because after the storm comes a freaking sun. And so, you know, and listen, when we're in this stuff, keeping that optimism and keeping that that energy of like, yes, you know, like, because even when we know that we're going to get growth at the end of this, that doesn't take away from the suck of the situation. But I feel that it's finding that balance. If we need to feel, you know, because the situation, however this may be translating, you can, it can definitely get us feeling some kind of way. If we need to vent that, let those emotions out, absolutely. But once we've processed that, remembering that this is going to get you towards your win in the long run. Libra, this couldn't be any more a stronger validation or verification that no matter what comes your way, you got this, and that there's going to be, it may take a second to get back in harmony, get back in balance, but you are in absolute, you're bringing the sunlight, you're bringing change. It's just remembering that you're bringing it, and just how the tower moments and the thunderstorms may change shape as we get older. You know, as we get, you know, the more you level up, the harder the problems get, but the bigger the abundance gets as well. That changes too. It's not just the situation, the severity of the situation isn't just increasing. It's that the opportunities for abundance is also, it's a nice little give and take there, Libra. It really is just finding it. I love that, Libra. That's a really strong start. Let's get another one. And efficient you are, Libra. And look at you fit. Because you got the 6th card of Capricorns here, which is the bodybuilder card. And with this card, this is a card of power, strength, forceful, determined, discipline, vigor, domination, push forward, influence, leverage, mastery, resolve, intense, resistance, self-improvement, and exercise. And I will say, Libra, you know, one thing while you're going, you know, when we go through tower moments and thunderstorms, because this is always going to happen all the time, Libra, you know, that's how the growth is happening. But the nice thing, I feel that one way to maybe process this situation, you know, maybe doing some physical activities, whether this is doing maybe just going for a workout, maybe going for a run, maybe we're going out in nature, hiking, maybe you're kayaking, maybe you're riding a horse. I don't care, Libra. Get out there and enjoy the sunlight. But just something, because sometimes, you know, even just going for a walk, Libra, because sometimes when we get in these places and when we're kind of like figuring out how we can get out of this stuff, even in like our safe space, you know, that energy is just, if you've been steeping in that for a while, sometimes it's nice to just get out there to break the chain for a minute, you know, to break that cycle and just get out and just kind of clear your head, get some air, you know, get that air flowing again, Libra. And I feel like when you do, that's when it's like, oh, right, okay, this is going to teach you, I'm getting this for this opportunity, or like, okay, this is going to strengthen me for this, or, you know, it's all part of that growth and that self-improvement, you know, but we got to figure out what areas do we need to push, you know, what areas are we weak in, you know, that's what these thunderstorms are trying to point out to us, you know, where the lack of security may be, where the change needs to happen. And, you know, with Capricorn energy, they're the achievers of the zodiac, and they're the ones like, you know, they get put through the ringer sometimes, and it can be some hard work going through whatever the situation is. But again, it's going to make you powerful. It's going to get you in this place. And you know, Libra, I feel like being in this mindset of abundance and happiness, and listen, it's not that I'm saying we're ignoring the problem with that. We're not avoiding this stuff. It's just when we get those negative thoughts, when we counter that, balance that out with a positive, it just keeps us like motivated. You know, you get what I'm saying, Libra. You know, we push forward with this, but I do feel with this as well that this is going to be something that just really with where the energies are at right now, like, because we're about to really get into an era of air, you know, like really it's with Pluto moving into Aquarius. 2025 is going to be interesting with Pluto, and then you have Uranus that's going to be moving into Aquarius. Not to Aquarius, wouldn't that be something? Moving into Gemini. Air signs are going to take the stage, and this is going to be a great time to really be working on yourself, Libra, to find to find out where we're feeling imbalanced, you know, and how can we get, because we really are in a stage of self-reflection, especially with Pluto getting ready to retrograde back into Capricorn, and then we're about to have a retrograde party here in the next couple months. You know, be thinking about this stuff. You know, we're in, like, Jupiter just entered Taurus not too long ago. We're thinking about that long game, you know, long-term investment. You know, how's your health doing? How's our mental health doing? How's our spirituality doing? All of that stuff. Mind, body, soul, Libra. Check in with that. But let's get some tarot on the mix. Some more Capricorn energy, absolutely. Mars and Capricorn. Ooh, and Aquarius. All right, hold on, Libra. Let me get some. Oh, yeah. Okay, Libra, let's see what we got here. Well, we got the Three of Pentacles, we got the Knight of Cups, we got the Five of Wands upright, and then we have the Star card in reverse here. And so, you know, Libra, I feel like for some of us, if we've been in this place where maybe we just got out of, because right before the Star card is the Tower, the thunderstorm, and if we just got out of a situation where maybe we're doing some healing right now, maybe where we're processing some things, maybe if we're at some conflict right now, I feel like with the Knight of Cups kind of popping up here, it's saying to make sure to do some things that, you know, to tend to your heart, you know, to fill in times for some fun, for some abundance, you know, for whatever that looks like for you, because, you know, where depending on how the situation went down, I get where, you know, it can feel kind of tough. We may not want to get out and do some stuff. You know, we may want to kind of stay inside, kind of be just kind of hermit mode. But again, it's finding that balance. And what better way to just kind of break the monotony of even like the meditation and things, just getting out doing something you love. Maybe this is, again, going to the park, or maybe you're planting a garden, Libra, tending to the sunflowers here, or maybe this is even like with the Wheel of Fortune, maybe we're going for a drive, you know, something to, I feel like when we're doing the healing, you know, however that's looking, it doesn't just have to be where we're kind of like shut away all the time. You know, I feel like, because the Star card being Aquarius, and with the Three of Cups, or excuse me, Three of Pentacles being here, this, you know, sometimes being just out, even if we're not just out amongst people, even just like hanging out with some friends and things like that can really help raise the vibration. It can kind of help you get brainstorming too. Maybe talk about this Tower moment that you went through, maybe some of the things that you've been struggling with, and maybe some people can provide some insight here. Maybe this Knight of Cups can tell you what they did when they went through this stuff, you know. But I do feel like, you know, try not to let these thunderstorms and these moments of conflicts and things prevent you from doing that healing, you know, and try not to let it get it to where you feel in a place where there's no hope, you know, or that it seems like there's no chance of you to get out of this thing, or that the tone is just going to be kind of just crappy for a while, so it's like might as well just settle in. No, Libra, there's always going to be sun at the end of the light here. We're just going that in between, you know, we might be in that in between phase now, because in between the star and the sun is the moon, that kind of dark phase right now, where we're in that state of illusions and state of just like, and it's not to say that your problems aren't real, Libra, but it's just like, how long do we want to keep those just problems? Because the thing with the Five of Wands as well, yes, this is a card of conflict, but that doesn't mean you have to stay in that conflict. Conflicts are meant to spark, what is it meant to spark, Libra? What I just lost. Thoughts. It's meant to spark ideas, to figure out how to assuage these things, you know? And it's going to take some work, but it's definitely going to be for your betterment in the long run. So just keep that perseverance, Libra. Keep that resilience, and man, you're going to be a whole different you. You're going to be looking at yourself a little bit different, like looking at yourself with some confidence, with some just like, yeah, look at me bringing it. Like, watch me going through these thunderstorms like a boss here. So, all right, Libra, I like this. Let's get your last oracle card here. All right, Libra, last card here. Oh, interesting. Okay, speaking of Aquarius, you got the 5th card of Aquarius here, which is the Pillory card. This is always an interesting card when this pops up, because this is a card of open dishonor, humiliation, finding fault, punishment, abusive, shut down, caught, public ridicule and mockery, nowhere to run, censure, serving time, and vulnerable. In Libra, if we've been in this place where we've been feeling kind of shut down, or, you know, we've been feeling just like that, maybe life has been just kind of punishing as of late, you know, it just seems like we've just been kind of just eating it for a while, you know, I feel like it's really is part way just keeping eyes on, or just being mindful of when our thoughts get to that place, you know, because it really is going to be important for you, you know, and really for all of us. But again, with you being an air sign, you know, your thoughts become things in a way that it's faster than the other signs, you know, when you're dealing with air energy. And I feel like that with this too, allow yourself to feel vulnerable. It's okay to feel frustrated and to feel like this maybe, you know, but I feel like, you know, it's like what I've been saying. I feel like the life is not trying to keep you trapped in its pillory. You know, if anything, it might be trying to get you to slow down for a second and to reflect on the stuff, to see what opportunity to be thinking. Because when you're thinking about Aquarius energy, they're thinking about the future, you know, what's going to be coming next. And yeah, I just feel that it's just remembering that's not the point that life is trying to bring. And I feel like, you know, just being careful too when we get into like, because this energy, I feel like it's more so kind of channeling more inward. If we've been being like kind of mean to ourselves, or just kind of finding fault, like, crap, how could I get in this situation? You know, how come things aren't going this way? You know, we can get where we can get, we've been feeling a little kind of mean to ourselves. Just be mindful of that, Libra. You know, show yourself some kindness, some compassion, because these situations, yeah, they can be tough sometimes, however they're translating. And it's okay to feel those ways sometimes. But, you know, show yourself some grace. You know, everyone goes through it. Sometimes we all get caught up in it. But the nice thing is, when we do take those steps towards healing, you know, embrace that situation, really kind of process this, then you'll be looking back and think like, huh, you know, you'd sort of just like, huh, you know what, we weren't, woof, we needed some help back then, but man, look at the growth that how we've grown, and look at how we've prospered. Because I mean, seriously, Libra, you came out prosperous. So we just got to keep that abundance going. But let's get some tarot on this. I love it. All right, Libra, let's see what we got here. So we got King of Swords here, so we were learning. Got a little wise there. All right. Okay, let me tell you what's going on. So you have the Nine of Wands and the Queen of Pentacles in reverse here, but then we have the Three of Wands and the King of Swords upright. And you know, Libra, I feel like with just this little combination here, Nine of Wands, Queen of Pentacles, if we've been feeling like our energies have been, because listen, thunderstorms, tower moments and things, they take a lot of energy out of us. And they can get, and not even just like, you know, physical, like just dealing with it in the process of things, but it can even get us to a place where we don't feel resourceful, where we really start doubting ourselves. And it's just like, how can I get out of this thing? And I do feel like for some of you, if this is something where you do, you know, if this is a lot for you to bear, hit up a Queen of Pentacles, a Knight of Swords, you know, because, you know, the Star card can also be a card of unexpected help, you know, and this is something where I get where we may not want to show maybe vulnerability, show ourselves in a weaker light, but it's not that you're weaker. The fact that you asked for help, the fact that you recognized your limits and said like, hey, I might need a little assistance, Libra, that's strength at its finest. That's brilliant. And so that's expansion, Three of Wands. And so I feel that it's, if that's something that's resonating with you, try not to let that because that feels very kind of like, I don't want to say it's ego, but it's just like, you don't have to bear all this stuff by yourself. You know, we are, we really are entering a time of collaboration and co-creation, and that doesn't just mean in business. That just means collaborating in just this journey of life. You know, sometimes we might need to pool our resources together. Maybe hit up with someone, if not for like actual like tangible things, then maybe just some nuggets of wisdom. You know, maybe talking this out with someone who's gone through maybe something like what you're going through, and just getting that knowledge. But also, Libra, you know, with the Nine of Wands, this is my card of making sure that we are taking time that we're just being mindful of our health. And this is not medical advice, but just more so just like, because sometimes when we get in these energies, we can kind of push and push and push and push and push, and we're trying to get through this thing, but, you know, not realizing that it could potentially be to our detriment. So just making sure that we're just getting some, you know, we're nourishing the body, getting some proper rest, you know, things along those lines. Just keep eyes on your energy there, Libra. Let's see what else we got. Okie dokie, Libra. All right, last little bit here. Oh, speaking of Pluto, here's Judgment. And let's, hold on, Libra, let's go and switch back over here. Because, I mean, that's exactly what these thunderstorms are trying to get us to change. You know, the Judgment it's a rebirth. You know, it's shedding old parts of you that are no longer serving you a purpose. You know, this is that next level up. And if we've been kind of resisting to change, you know, and maybe we've been kind of caught up in just the difficult part, but not seeing where the energy is going, you know, it's just remembering that, like, yes, transformation can feel a little intense, even because I tell you what, Libra, when I was talking about that trine earlier, yeah, even when the energy feels easy and it's meant to be very fortunate in things, Pluto is an interesting one. You know, it's I guess when I think about it, it's like how it worked was really easy, but it's just like how it went about it, just like that wouldn't have been the way I chose to do it. But Pluto has other things in mind, you know, and it's just being able to ride that wave and just to process this, because that's what makes you stronger, you know. And and I know that may sound a little cliche, but I mean, look at your life thus far, Libra, when you've had challenges in the past, because this isn't the first thunderstorm that you've taken on. It's just taken on a different shape. And remembering that you've done this before, you can do it again. And guess what? You're gonna do it again and again and again until this journey's done, until we've learned everything that we can possibly learn on this go round, and then call it a day. But I mean, if that's the case, might as well settle in and enjoy your abundance along the way, Libra. So I like that. I'm leaving that there, Libra. That is fantastic. Because look at that. Oh, even just thinking too. Because look at that. You know, it's just right now we're a little star right now. It's we're growing, but man, we're gonna be shining bright. I'm with it, Libra. Okay, I'm leaving it there. If anything resonated with you, Libra, give it a thumbs up. And share this, Libra, if you know someone who might be going through a thunderstorm right now, might be kind of having a hard time getting back to finding that calm again. Because we all go through it, Libra. It takes different shapes, and you know, we're just there for each other. You know, we remind ourselves, you know, like, hey, you got this, bro. You can do this thing, and it's just be lovely, Libra. And then what else are we doing? Subscribing. Tell you and your friends. Subscribe if you haven't already. Hit that bell button. You get notified when I release videos each week. And then, you know, something to maybe help with these thunderstorms. I've been on this meditation app for years, Insight Timer. And I started a group on there called Zodiacs Raising the Vibration. And it's just a group to drop like positive affirmations, encouraging messages, even talk about maybe your thunderstorms. I've been thinking about doing the same thing, trying to figure out how about to format that. But, you know, share these experiences, how you found these little nuggets of abundance and things like that. I mean, because that was brilliant. And then, you know, as it grows, definitely want to schedule like different meditations, maybe finding happiness with the sun, or, you know, I don't know, I got to talk with these other cards, but all that information, Libra, in the description box. And then a couple more things. Let's see, I don't think you got any, no, you don't got any cards for them. But if you have any Cancer in your placement, Sun, Moon, Rising, check your chart there, Libra, then Come on over to my other channel, The Chariot Friends. I do videos Monday through Friday there. We discuss lunar shenanigans, and it's a good old time. And also in the description box. Now, last thing before I get your surprise cards. Speaking of Aquarius and community here, I've been getting a lot of love from another tarot reader, actually a couple of them here recently. You know, we really are in a time of just like community and collaboration and things like that. So I've included some links for some readers that I personally like using or like watching. And yeah, definitely. Like we're gonna do more of that. Like I feel like it's we're entering an interesting time here, Libra, and I gotta let these people know that we're best friends now. Like that's, but yeah, all that information for their links and stuff because they're fantastic readers is all in the description box, Libra. Now let's get your surprise card here so I can get you out of here and getting all this abundant. Oh! Libra, I wasn't freaking kidding. You started abundant and you are ending abundant. And come on, King and Queen of Pentacles. Come on, King of Pentacles. Look at you, all abundant in your grape suit, pimp. Hold on, let me get. While we're talking about the King of Pentacles. Because Libra, that's all these thunderstorms are trying to get you to do. Get you in a place where make you more stable. Get you in your power. And when we get that clarity, Libra, and understand that, man, you're going to not only just be manifesting I feel like it's going to get you in a place that you... Hold on, Libra. So let me get your other card here, because that really was brilliant. And then you got the amulet card in reverse here. And I feel like with this, Libra, sometimes we can get to this place where I feel like we get to thinking that, I don't want to say it's not that we don't have enough, but it's just like that it can feel that maybe the stuff that we had to give up, you know, when it came to these moments, it might have felt like a lot. You know, it might have felt like maybe this thing was really kind of challenging our security or something along those lines. But it really is, it is meant to make you feel more stable. You know, it's less about focusing, it's not about focusing on the things that you've lost. It's focusing on the things that you've gained from this energy is what I'm really getting with this combination. And just reminding yourself how abundant you really are. You know, look around your environment, you know, take all of that in, even if you know, however the situation is looking, because it's, I mean, it's like I was saying, Libra, you know, after the storm, it comes the sun, and I mean, King and Queen of Pentacles. I mean, it's brilliant, but it's just making sure, I feel like too, that we're just taking the time to really process what's going down here, see how this did affect us, and how do we keep moving forward? How do we get into this new routine of life, you know, and these changes in things. So, because we're going through, there's an energy shift that's happening right now, you know. I mean, even probably you've been even noticing too, just even think with the King and Queen of Pentacles, you know, there's you being a sign of relationships. Your ruler Venus is in Cancer right now. So, you know, we're in a time where we are thinking about how are the bonds with certain things, and Venus will be in Cancer for a few more days, but yeah. But you are abundant, Libra. I mean, it's you showed me. You know, it's not like I went through and just picked on you. You came and you said, here, Justin, look at all this. Check this out. So just remember that, Libra. But I'm going to keep that. I think I'm going to leave that there. So you stay safe out there with these thunderstorms, however this might be manifesting, you know, this pillory, you know, just be safe out there, Libra. But really, focus on raising your vibration through the roof, because you are abundant. You are. I mean, it's all right here. It's just remembering that, and then being in that energy and just manifesting more. You know, and this could be something too, Libra. King of Pentacles. He's a type that he's a very generous figure. You know, he wants others to, you know, to benefit where he's grown. So this could be something too. Maybe we're sharing this thing. You got a couple strong, those little smart kings here. So you can maybe even take this thing to, you know, inspire others. You know, maybe we're writing a book, maybe making a video, whatever that's looking like, Libra. But raise that vibration through the roof, and I will catch you on the next one. Later.